Revelations will shake things up in Coronation Street next week, igniting turmoil on the famous cobbled streets. Kevin Webster has been dishonest about his health, falsely telling Abby Webster that he required further cancer treatment, despite already receiving the all-clear. His deception catches up with him as the Webster family's buried truths begin to unravel dramatically. In another twist, Theo Silverton is left stunned when Todd Grimshaw exposes Danielle Silverton's latest love interest, triggering disruption within the household. Meanwhile, Lisa Swain is determined to uncover the full truth about Becky's passing, but will Carla Connor's involvement prove helpful or harmful? With everything unfolding at once, viewers can expect an intense and eventful week on the ITV series. As A.B. lashes out at Carl Webster for the chaos he's caused, he battles with whether to tell her that Kevin has been dishonest about his cancer. But when a distressed Abby tells Tyrone Dobbs she's about to break the news to Jack that Kevin's condition has worsened, Tyrone steps in to reassure her that Kevin is not terminal. Abby later confronts Kevin, who expresses deep remorse. He admits he feared losing her and hoped that pretending to still be sick would keep her from leaving him for Carl. Crushed, Abby says she can't stand to see him and walks away, straight into Carl's arms. She declares her relationship with Kevin is over and shares a passionate kiss with Carl. Elsewhere, Nick Tilsley and Toya Battersby are encouraged when Sam Blakeman and Lily Platt appear to reconcile by showing up together at Eco Club. However, Sam mocks Lily's environmental poster and warns her about a series of recent burglaries where the culprits rearranged household furniture. Later, Lily returns home to find the door open and the furniture out of place, sending her into a panic. James Bailey grows anxious as the social worker arrives to discuss Layla's special guardianship order. Will Dee-Dee Bailey make it to the meeting on time? Todd and Theo make their way to see a flat, but car trouble leaves them stranded. At the same time, Dev Alahan announces that Aunty Rani is attending the wedding and will want to see how her money is being used, leaving Bernie Winter and Aadi Alahan uneasy. Todd reluctantly takes part in a restorative justice session with Noah. After enduring Noah's taunts, he storms out. Returning to fetch his forgotten coat, Todd overhears Noah talking on the phone with Danielle and is horrified to realize they're dating. Later, as Danielle dines with Theo and the children at the bistro, Todd explodes, revealing that Danielle is now seeing Noah. Danielle is mortified. Theo is shaken. Things escalate when Miles attempts to punch Todd, but Theo intervenes and accidentally hits Miles, who crashes to the ground. Theo is stunned by what he's done. Ed Bailey urges the family to have breakfast together and sort out their differences. While James takes care of Lila, he confirms over the phone that he's still pursuing a job opportunity. With his suitcase packed, is he leaving with Lila or without her? Abby tries to stay cheerful for Jack's sake, while Carl urges her to stay with Kevin and insists they put some space between them moving forward. Sam confides in Toya about his anxiety and recurring panic episodes. Lisa reveals she skipped her therapy session to visit Becky's grave, as it would have marked their anniversary. Despite Carla and Betsy's concern, Lisa insists she's fine and finally opens up in a later therapy session, expressing her suspicions that Becky's death may have involved foul play. Meanwhile, Carla pays a covert visit to Logan Radcliffe in jail, hoping to gather intel about Becky. At the police station, Lisa sneaks into D.I. Costello's office to scour emails related to Becky Swain. But will she get caught in the act? Later, Lisa confronts Kit Green after spotting his name linked to Becky's file. She accuses him of betrayal and tells Carla she refuses to work with him anymore. Will Carla confess what she's been up to? Billy Mayhew drops by Todd's place and notices bedding on the sofa, prompting questions. Todd explains that Danielle is now with Noah and Theo has been denied access to his children. Billy urges him to convince Danielle to reconsider. Todd invites Danielle to the bistro and pleads with her to allow Theo to see his kids, stressing that he's a devoted father. Theo is enraged upon learning Todd has been taking advice from Billy regarding his parenting issues. When Billy visits number 11 to mend fences, Theo brushes him off and lies that Todd is in the shower. As Todd comes downstairs, he's unaware of Theo's deception. At the garage, Kevin tells Carl he's fired, admitting he can't trust him anymore. Carl agrees a clean break might be best. When Abby asks about Carl's whereabouts, Kevin lies and says Carl chose to resign and start a new life. Abby hides her disappointment. Debbie urges Carl to stay. Will she change his mind? At number 7, Bernie and Aadi go over the wedding details, trying to keep expenses low. In the Rovers, Dev surprises Aadi by asking him to be his best man, but his excitement turns to nerves when Aunty Rani arrives earlier than expected. Dev fawns over Rani while Bernie puts on a posh voice to impress her. When Rani announces her plan to track every wedding expense using a spreadsheet, Bernie and Aadi do their best to hide their discomfort. Dee-Dee hurries to the office, leaving Layla in James's care. At work, Adam Barlow introduces her to a new client, Ollie, whom Dee-Dee recognizes as the guy who flirted with her at the Rovers. She can't help but smile. A cherished Coronation Street actress has made a surprising revelation about possibly stepping away from the spotlight. Maureen Lipman, who first appeared on the ITV soap in 2018 as Evelyn Plummer, Tyrone Dobbs' sharp-tongued grandmother, quickly became a standout among viewers. Since arriving, the outspoken character has been central to several major plots, including her decision earlier this year to leave Weatherfield and attend university. Evelyn's last on-screen moment aired in March, shortly after her daughter Cassie was branded a villain for secretly drugging and stealing from Ken Barlow. Now, Maureen has spoken out about potentially retiring, following nearly 60 years in show business. During a chat on the 20 Questions podcast, just ahead of her upcoming 80th birthday, she shared, "I'll keep going for as long as people want me around until either my mind or my legs give out." She continued, "You have to accept the roles that come your way. It's not like I've ever been deciding between a James Bond film or starring in The Cherry Orchard. I'm more likely to get cast in something like Carry On Columbus because I'm seen as part of the lighter entertainment crowd." Despite this, Maureen made it clear she holds no resentment. "Have I missed out on certain roles? Maybe, but I'm not bitter. I've always had work. I've worked through pregnancies, through raising small children, through highs and lows." Maureen also reflected on the demanding pace of filming a soap. She explained, "Working on a soap means doing 8 to 10 scenes a day. You read your lines, block the scene, shoot it, and unless something goes wrong, that's a wrap. It's almost like radio acting, only with cameras rolling." She added, "It's quite limited. You just see characters standing around saying things like, 'Don't speak to me like that,' in EastEnders, or 'Can I have a word?' in Corrie. It's just faces talking to faces." She continued, "But real life isn't like that. In reality, you're chatting while cooking, texting, or folding laundry. Human behavior is layered and messy. You're rarely doing only one thing." Coronation Street continues to air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVX.